Hey, Tom. I know that everybody's going to talk about this matchup like they always do with Aaron Rodgers, and he's had sort of an MVP-like season at the tender age of 37. Just what do you admire about his game right now when you watch him play?
He basically does everything well. So he's got great command and experience. Leadership. Players are playing hard. He's got a great style of play. So he obviously throws the ball as well as any quarterback. Gets rid of the ball quickly. Has great vision of the field. Is able to extend plays with his legs. And, it's a lot of explosive players he's got. So they got a great football team. And they got obviously a top scoring offense or a top offense, however you see it. And it's a big test. We're going to have to go up and play great football to beat them.
We'll go to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Tom, Coach Arians just gave us the news that Antonio Brown's not going to be making the trip with you guys to Green Bay. I know you guys are really close and have put in so much work this year. What does it mean for you guys to go up there, not to have him, and how can you guys overcome that loss?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to find a way to win, and it obviously sucks for Antonio. We all wish he could be out there with us. And other guys are going to have to step up and do a job. So we've got a lot of confidence in the guys that haven't been out there as much when AB's been in there. And, we wish everybody could play. We're, lost a few guys, over the course of, the season. So it's a great game to play in. You want everyone to play in this game. We're going to have to figure out a way to win regardless.
We'll go to Greg Allman.
Hey, Tom, going back to March, when Jason reached out to you about coming to join this team, I know this was very much part of the plan, part of the hope for what this team could do. Well, what are the things you think about that gave you the most confidence in the team you were joining?
Well, I think I looked at just the whole situation. There was a lot of of reasons to come here, and obviously, great coaching staff, a lot of really great players, and just wanting to come and compete. And, loved working with my teammates. We've all worked really hard to get to this point. To play in a championship game is a great experience. And, I love being able to do that with, this group of guys who's worked really hard to get to this point. And, that we competed hard. We had a few rough moments in there, but we won 2 playoff road games, and we're gonna have to win a third if we want to get to continue playing. So it's a tough test. It's a great football team we're playing. Certainly not an easy task, but we got to figure out a way.
We'll go over to Ben Bolin.
Hey, Tom, congrats on making another conference championship game. We saw your leadership right from the get-go when you were organizing those off-season throwing workouts with your new teammates. Bruce Arians the other day even said you're kind of like a coach this year. How different is this leadership role for you coming to a new team with all these new players, and how much have you enjoyed that this year?
Yeah, I feel like it's very much, I've tried to be very consistent over a period of time, and just show up every day with the attitude to get the work done. And I've got a lot of people that, I really rely on. The other quarterbacks, our quarterback coach, Byron, our coordinator, we're all working hard to try to put the team in a position to win. So I have a lot of experience playing, and, I like to try to convey a lot of different things that I think could be successful. And, whether it be a physical thing to a player, could be a certain way that I see something happening. I think we have a great communication, great rapport with everyone. And the only way to work through things are to communicate through them. And it's been a really fun process, and we put ourselves in a decent position. Now we got to go capitalize on it.
We're going to go over to Sarah Walsh.
Hey, Tom, Bruce talked earlier this week about his message being clear and that it's you don't play in the Super Bowl this week and the focus is on the Packers. I was just wondering, I know you talk to these guys a lot and pull them aside. Did you have a specific message that you've sort of harped on with a lot of these guys this week that haven't been there before?
Well, I think our coaches have done a great job keeping us focused on what, we got to do. And again, it's I think everyone knows what's at stake. You don't get to this point. You don't win one game and get here. You gotta go through, a whole process to do it. And our team's done that. got through the regular season, put ourselves in a decent position, and again, won 2 road playoff games, and we got a chance to, for 4 quarters of football to get back home to a home Super Bowl, which would be a pretty cool thing. So we worked hard this week. Still a lot of mental prep to go, and got to be at our best Sunday at 3:00.
Time for a few more. We'll go to Karen Gregian.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Karen.
Coach Arians said during a recent interview that he allows you to be yourself. He said New England didn't allow you to coach, but he does. How does that play out, and how important is it for you to have that kind of voice within the team?
Yeah, I just try to do the best I can do, show up every day with a good attitude and, work hard and, do what my job is. So, it's been fun just being here, and, I've had a great time in New England too. So I've had a great 21 years. I'm very blessed. I'm a lucky guy. The fact that I'm still playing football, for me is a blessing. And I got a lot of great teammates that I played with over the years, and a great group this year. And, that's the best part about football, is all the relationships you have. And, it's been a fun year doing it.
We'll go to Luke Easterling.
Tom, one thing we've heard from your teammates, even, from the beginning when you signed here, was that there's not a defense that you haven't seen. There's not a look that you haven't seen. But I am curious, are there any big differences that you've seen with opposing defenses when you compare the last few seasons maybe of your career with the first few?
What's the question? Kind of got stumped there. What am I comparing?
Hey, sorry about that. No, just the differences, if any, in opposing defenses that you've seen from the first few years of your career, maybe compared to the last few.
Yeah, football was probably pretty different 20 years ago than it is now. I think the fundamentals of football have stayed pretty much the same. It's been some rule changes and so forth, but the team that's most prepared, that has the best fundamentals and executes under pressure, is the one that wins. So I don't think that changes. I think, you can run different schemes and routes, and, no one's really reinvented the game. It's probably more of a skill contest now than probably what it used to be. Now there's probably not as much contact. It's still a very physical game, but, probably more skill than power. Probably used to be more power, as much power as skill. And now it's probably more about quickness and, just on how things are being called. So probably the only real difference.
Our last one will come from Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Tom. At age 43, what's greater for you to want to continue to play this game at your age? Is it your thirst for winning or your thirst for competing? Or is it something else, perhaps another challenge?
I don't think too much about those things. I mean, I feel like I've always felt, I just, again, try to show up every day with a positive attitude, to work hard and, do my job. And like I said, I got a lot of great teammates, great coaches that do the same. And the rewarding part in team sport is that we're all showing up together with the same goal in mind. And, how you work through,